What's up, guys? The college football playoffs is here, and we have our first game Friday night in Norman, Oklahoma. We have the Alabama Crimson Tide taking on the Oklahoma Sooners, the number 8 seed versus the number 9. And right now, the number 8 seeded Sooners are a 1-point favorite. Total set at 40.5. Before I get into this game, I want to just address the elephant in the room. National media is using Alabama the way golf media used Tiger Woods. When Tiger Woods was on top, that's all they talked about. When Alabama was on top, that's all they talked about. When Tiger Woods fell down, that's all they talked about. When Alabama fell down, that's all they talked about. I don't mind that because we're in an industry where you have to get views, you have to get clicks, or your business is not going to exist. What bothers me is the same takes being replayed over and over again, right? Kalen DeBoer, what was it? To Penn State. Everyone swore to God it was Kalen DeBoer to Penn State. And I know half the people who were doing it were only doing it for engagement, right? You got to make money. You got to put a roof over your head. Then it's Kalen DeBoer to Michigan. Comes out and says, I'm not taking the Michigan job. And it's still the same thing. Now we have guys like on PTI talking about it. You guys got to be better. You're paid millions of dollars. Like, I know you play the hits, but how about deliver some stuff that's actually reputable, some stuff that actually matters with some actual substance? The hot take industry, the hot take phenomenon that we're under right now is one of the worst in sports because everyone wants to get clipped. Everyone wants to go viral. Everyone wants the engagement. Those who are finding the engagement organically, those are the rock stars in our sport. But I digress. As you can see, I'm wearing my Crimson Tide Alabama shirt. Normally, I don't wear my team shirt when I do a video for my team, but this could be the last college football game of my team that I get to watch this season. So you better believe that I'm going to be wearing this shirt or a variety of this shirt all day long. Let's talk about this game. I think there's a lot of people who are betting on Oklahoma and saying, have you seen the Crimson Tide over the last 5 weeks? A lot of people who are betting on Oklahoma saying, have you seen Alabama in the SEC championship? And I don't know. I don't know if that's wise because I know there are people who are betting on Alabama that say this is a buy low spot for the Crimson Tide. Alabama's getting healthy. I don't know if that's wise either. I actually think this is a game, and the spread basically indicates it, right? It was set at 1.5 favor of Alabama, moved to a pick'em, now to 1. Going through the key number of 0, that doesn't really mean anything, so it's not a massive line move. It's okay to sit this one out from a side perspective because both of these teams present problems for the other. Also, both are kind of untrustworthy. Like, well, let's not just think this Oklahoma team's a world beater, and let's just not think this Alabama offense can just flip a switch and turn on. But I do want to just talk about some points. Alabama's getting a lot of flack or hate for their SEC championship game. That was a tough game versus Georgia. Pissed off Georgia in a rematch. But Alabama also were without their first and third string running back. They were out their first and second string left guard. They were out their first string tight end. Their first string center was hurt. Second string center out. So first string center had to play. Both starting corners out of that game. They were out their starting best defensive lineman. They were out of their inside linebacker, who's their leading tackler, out. And their first string DN out as well. Those are excuses, right? Excuses are like buttholes. Everyone has them. But sometimes I can just put a line through a game where no matter what Alabama was doing in that game, they were getting dominated. Kirby wanted that so much. Do you know how ticked off Kirby Smart had to have been to just keep hearing about how Alabama owns him? Kirby Smart knows he rights the ship with one win. Rights the ship with his team beating the Tide and embarrassing them. Because if you beat the Tide in a close game, people say, well, so Kirby, who cares? 1-1. The Tide still own you. If you dominate them, you leave their souls on the field. No one talks about the record between the two because the only game people remember is the last one they played. The Oklahoma Sooners, man, tumultuous season. They were a 10-win team, only lost twice. Dominated against Texas. Mateer, 3 interceptions in that game. It was probably one of their worst turnover games in terms of what the hell happened, right? Like, it was a close competitive defensive match, and then it was gross. But they were good against Michigan, right? Really good against Michigan. I didn't think they were that good against Ole Miss, even though only losing by 8 in that game. But then they also had some like funky games where I didn't think they were that good. They weren't that good against Tennessee, won that game. Weren't good against Missouri at all. Missouri, oh my God, Missouri basically gifted them the game. Interceptions, bad field position on special teams. And then I don't care that Mateer threw for 318 yards against LSU. He threw 3 interceptions. They won that game by 4. Late in the game, LSU had a chance. But at the same time, do we say you make your own luck, you make your own positivity, you are the team, your team success is predicated on the luck that you create? I think so, because Oklahoma, damn good at special teams. They use special teams as a weapon. Alabama sucks at special teams. That is going to be the biggest mismatch on the field is the special teams play. And that alone, to me, is worth 2 or 3 points. Offensive, defensive line versus offensive line. We give the edge to Oklahoma. Quarterback, I give it to Ty Simpson. Run game, both run games suck. Wide receivers, Alabama. Cornerbacks, Alabama. Linebackers, I'll probably call that a toss. This game just becomes down to execution to me. Who can execute better, right? Because these teams aren't all that far off from each other. And I know a lot of Alabama fans are going to be upset with me saying that. But they're not that far off, right? EPA margin, 8th Alabama, 11th there for the Sooners. Offensive success rate is a big difference. Obviously, the Sooners offense sucks, 93rd versus 35th. Defensive success rate, this is where it really evens out. 22nd for Alabama and 2nd for Oklahoma. I don't care about a lean. I'm not betting. I'm not sitting here and saying I think this team is going to win, because I do think there is real value in both of these teams getting healthy, both of these teams being able to rebound and kind of, I don't want to say mask, but at least level out some of the inefficiencies. So we could honestly see 2 teams that are drastically different in their areas of weakness. But you guys know me. And if you guys know me and you follow me, you know I love player props. Don't overexpose because it's your favorite team. It's probably the easiest phrase or term I can say, but I don't give a rat's. I don't care. I am going to overexpose in this game because, like I said, it could be my last time watching my team play this season. I'm going to try to find everything that has value, but I'm also going to overexpose slightly. So first bet we're going to go to Ty Simpson. And I'm actually locking this in real time because sometimes when I record the videos, I put in all my bets, record the video, and then the lines have already moved. And what value is that, right? There's no value in me doing that. So right now I'm locking in Ty Simpson over 7.5 rush attempts, -130, under 2.5 rushing yards. Brad, why are you taking rushing attempts over and rushing yards under? Listen, Oklahoma sacked Ty Simpson 4 times while our Mason Tymas. This is a great, elite pass rush, right? They are top 10 in havoc created. 16.5% of the plays, there is havoc created by the front 7. Ty Simpson against Georgia, 6 attempts, sacks count as attempts, -28 yards, 10 attempts against Auburn. Against Oklahoma in the first game, 8 attempts. So he ran the ball 4 times, -9 yards. Any of the good defensive lines that he faced, he was able to either get sacked or run away from pressure, right? He played against Mizzou, good defensive line that he struggled with, 10 rushing attempts. Ty Simpson's going to have to use his legs because if the run game's going to struggle, you have to take what's available to you. So those are my two favorite plays for Ty Simpson. Man, I can't go as far as taking Xavier Robinson over 35.5 rushing yards, although I do think he's going to get better. Be healthier, excuse me, is probably what I should have said. But there are some bets that I do like around Xavier Robinson. I like Xavier Robinson over 8.5 rushing attempts. Xavier Robinson, in that first game they played against each other, ran the ball 10 times for only 34 yards. This guy has 80 carries on the season and got a little banged up towards the end of the year. Now more time for him to get healthy. I think that number is pretty good. It's minus 135, a little juicy, whatever. I'm going to take one more bet. And it's not going to be Jam Miller under 43.5 rushing yards, even though I think that is a really freaking good bet. I'm going to go Latsier Brooks over 1.5 reception. It's minus 135. And, I love Jeremy Bernard over 4.5 receptions. That's like my favorite. But, dude, it's minus 175. I can't play that, right? Like, that's something I can't do. With Brooks, while he's not targeted a ton and doesn't have a massive hit rate, I think if you are going to make a concerted effort to find extensions of the run game, you have to involve the screen game. If Josh Cuevas, the tight end screen, if Josh Cuevas is not 100%, he's not a walking book, but definitely not healthy. If Josh Cuevas is not 100%, you're going to use Jeremy Bernard and Lottie Brooks to extend the run game and screens. That's also giving Brooks opportunities in the pass game. 2 receptions, minus 135. That's it for me. And like I said, I do not have a winner in this game. I'm going to bet on Alabama because I love the Crimson Tide. I know I always say my wallet has no loyalty, but this is the day where I'm betting Alabama. I don't care win, lose, or draw, plus EV, minus EV. My heart wants what the heart wants. Today, for the money line bet, I will be a casual soft better, just betting with my heart. But to wrap this up, thanks for everybody listening, by the way. Subscribe. I'm trying to drop these videos like every day, at least Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekends. So hopefully there's some value. We just hit a freaking banger 20-1 parlay in my Discord. And if you know me, I'm a one parlay for primetime guy. So 1-1 yesterday. We just keep hitting these things. But I also have a bowl series going, and I do this every year. Last year we went like 40-20. We're 6-3-2 right now. I have a play for the Kennesaw State game out right now, and I have a play for what game is that? The ECU Pitt game out. I will try to have a bet for every single bowl game and hold myself accountable in tracking. If you want information on that, just comment on here, free, and I'll give you a free 2-week trial into my Discord. Or you can go to www.gamblersguild.net or follow me on X at Mr.BradThomas. You made it this far in the video, so you don't really owe me anything. But if you could, like this video and subscribe. Thank you so much. Take care.